for a minute. Let Unc rock with you for a minute. Y'all all call me Unc, so I'ma embrace it. But Unc got something to say. 2K26 on the horizon, man. We getting to 2K26. And this is a list of things I think the people need to know. They need to understand how to make the game great again. How we get back to where we were when we was in the glory days. I got some points. And I'm going to do a series on it, basically, till we get to 2K26 and we see what's happening. Without further ado, we got to make my career matter again. When it was actually a part of the grind in the rep race, it was beautiful. Everybody knows that when we have debates and when we have contrasts and we have things to compare, that is when things are at their highest. Jordan, LeBron, who's in your top 10? Curry or Magic Johnson, things of that nature. That's what you guys all want to talk about. Remember when it was my career players versus the players that did it all online? Everybody was talking about my career players, and I was real tired of that. So I went to the comp scene and I showed that my career players, so to speak, can go out there and compete when they nice. We just was grinding. Some of us just was grinding. We don't really care about none of that other stuff. So bring that back for the my career players. Let them get back to that mode where we was actually able to do some things. You know what I'm saying? And I say we because, I'll get in my career if it's part of the program. Just saying. Bring that back. The rep race hasn't mattered in a long time. It hasn't really mattered since Chalk won in 2020. It used to be a built-in life. Now nobody gives a shit. Make point guards relevant again. This is the position that everyone wants to see play at a high level. Yes, the lockdown defenders are going to be mad. They're going to be pissed. They're going to be like, oh my God, look at the moves that you've given these point guards to kill us with. But it makes the game challenging. And it makes the game more fun when the ball handlers have a plethora of moves to use. Just being honest, man. Like, we were all pigeonholed into using Darius Garland. Like, I mean, come on. Even I was using Darius Garland, and I try to get my own move set every year and not use the meta moves. Please, can we get away from that? But there'll be more on this topic for me later. But let's go ahead and give PGs their moves back. Let's go ahead and give these people their moves back so we can get right out there and be exciting in 2K again. 3, give lockdown defenders and every player on the court full creative control over their players. Stop with all the high animation-driven basketball. There has to be a way to give us certain animations in the game without having us canned into a super long animation or people going, man, I didn't do that. That was 2K doing that. Whatever animation 2K deems us to get, that's the one we're going to get. We need to start getting away from that a little bit. I know canned animations make the game look cool and stuff of that nature, but come on, man. We need to have full creative control over our players. We need to have that. That's something that we had in past 2Ks that we just don't have anymore. Loose balls need to not be random anymore, and they don't need to be going back and favoring the team that loses the ball. Come on, man. There has to be another way to show the defender is playing at a high level than them reaching their hearts out. Like, dudes are just reaching their hearts out now. They don't even care. They're just going to get an animation and go towards the ball. Let's move away from that, please. The NBA has full range of movement and freedom of movement. That's what we have in the NBA and actual real basketball. Not saying it has to be real basketball, but everybody's like, oh, I got that bump. In the NBA, if you bump somebody, it's a foul. Most of the time. Sometimes they let you get away with it in the playoffs and stuff like that. But most of the time when you bump somebody and you just ride them up the court, it's a foul. 5, probably one of my most important things I'm talking about. Post players need to have a complete revamp. And that is going to be hard to do because it's hard to make post play not cheesy. They be cheesing the hell out of that. They be like, oh my God, we can just go there and dunk or hook somebody to death. Let's do it. Because nobody will use anything else. We need to be able to showcase the post player skill in our community without it being cheesy. That is going to be easier said than done. I don't have a real solution for that. Point 6 is basically piggybacking on point 5. Our community is extremely cheesy and unrealistic, so I know it's very hard to allow big players to have amazing moves and movement. No one would use anything else, so I understand that. You're seeing it right now in the My Team thing, the My Team Park thing, 3v3. Nobody's using anything under 6'8". This has to be the biggest dilemma that we have faced in our community since online play came. I don't know what the answer is to this, but I do know that the NBA isn't getting any smaller, so the game should not be forcing us to play with small guards. I mean, it's forcing us to play with small guards at the helm. We can't run the offense with big power forwards or big small forwards, or even some centers like Jokic is running the offense. I'm not saying, let's get into that cheesy realm, but there should be some way to kind of get that into motion, so to speak. And I think 2K talked about that when we had our little talk with the stream that they had earlier. Okay, piggybacking off of that big player thing, we're gonna go back into defense, and jumping at someone and landing on them is not defense, and it should be a foul. Right now, they're jumping on us and landing on us and pushing us forward and stuff while they're trying to block shots. That's not defense. Stop doing that. That is crazy. Knocking someone completely out of bounds while reaching is a foul. You shouldn't be able to hit someone who's on the hash and knock them completely out of bounds with a reach animation that happens, and it's not a foul. Especially if we're going to keep the canned animations in the game. People are literally jumping and reaching terribly and getting rewarded for it. This has been a few 2Ks of this crap. We need to get away from that. That got to stop. That got to stop, man. It got to stop right now. Stop that. Stop it. Meter dunking, meter dunking, meter dunking. I know this is a big issue in the community, especially since last year when it was so easy to do. But I'm here to tell you, in 23 it was easy to do as well. People just didn't take advantage of it the way that they should. There has to be a better way of determining a make or a miss when there are different variables at play. I know you don't want it to be cheesy, but we can't have little guards stopping 99 dunks in the paint. We can't have little guards stopping big dudes in the paint. We can't have that. We can't have it just be automatic like 24. I understand, like I was saying, you can't do that. But this has to have there has to be some sort of metric for 26 to take that next step, so that we can have that be a part of our game. I don't know the real answer for this. Maybe we can get more players going up for dunks and then coming out with sort of like an acrobat type of thing. And there has to be like a meter. There should be a second meter that starts when you do an acrobat. Like you go up with the regular thing, and then when you hit the button to change it up, there should be a second meter that comes up and it like moves like this, and you have to catch it in the middle. And the higher your layup is, you can catch it in the middle easier, meaning like the bigger the window is. They said they're going to show green windows again on layups and dunks and stuff like that, so we'll see how they implement that. But I think that there should be a second meter that comes up after you start the acrobat. That's hard to time, but you can time it because of the difficulty of the layup. That's just my idea. Shooting, and shooting. Here we go. Everybody was mad about the shooting in 2K25 at the beginning. I told everybody it was easy. And I think I proved my point when I was hitting shots at high difficulty, hitting shots at high volume. I think I proved my point when we talk about shooting in 2K25. I don't believe that there was RNG in the game. I just believe that the green windows moved and the release points were different after you made 2 shots in a row. Then the green window moved. Like it just moved. So your release point moved. And I think after you hit 2 more after that, so you hit 4 in a row, it changes again. And then it goes random. And then like your 5th shot could be random, your 6th shot would be different, your 7th shot would be different until you miss one. And then it goes back and resets to the first 2 shots that you shot, with the green window being regular. So that was my interpretation, because there's too many games where I went 8 for 8, 9 for 9, 10 for 10 in Pro-Am games. And you can do it. You just have to understand that the green window is going to move. But we need to find a happy medium with shooting. There is a way to do it, but I don't think 2K really would like it, or I don't think 2K World or us as a community would like it. You have to make the margin for error on a super small, minuscule millimeter to the nearest millimeter of a green window. Almost hurts your eyes to green it. Then you factor in all the things like shot contest and badge and rating. We shouldn't be making every shot, but we also shouldn't be missing because the game deems us to be missing right now. We shouldn't be doing that either. We should be missing because we miss, and nothing more, nothing less. I was able to accomplish this in my Legends League that I started a few years back. The shooting is very unforgiving and challenging. Yes, people get mad when they miss open, but they also know they aren't missing just because the game is making them miss. The green window is so small that only the truly great will shoot great. Once again, it is hard to do, but it's not impossible. I think 2K is just being lazy when it comes to shot contests, and they can't find a happy medium that the community will stick to, especially at the beginning, because at the beginning, shooting is going to be extra hard to do. It's not going to be something very easy to do. It's going to be extremely hard because we don't have badges, we don't know the game, we don't have the moves, we don't know the spacing. All these things go into account when you're talking about shooting and how we're going to be shooting in the beginning of 2K25. I don't know what the solution is, but I know that I figured out solutions for other modes in the game that I have created for people to play. And it's not perfect, but it does give you that high risk, high reward, and that feeling that when you're open and you make a shot, or when you're not open and you make a shot, it kind of has that balance to it. I don't know how 2K is going to do it. Defenders being faster than offensive players just because they cry has to stop. Someone reaching in the backcourt or fully getting beat in the backcourt, when they are reaching and they're getting beat and catching up to you with absolute ease, must stop. You can't sit there and be rewarded for being overly aggressive and missing and then be able to recover. It's crazy. It encourages defenders to play reckless and without a penalty. Not fair to offense when you have already killed the move set that you have killed for PGs. So it's not really fair. It's very, very frustrating when you beat somebody in the backcourt by like 2, 3, 4 steps, and then they recover. They get right back to where they were supposed to be at, and we're playing half-court offense when they shouldn't be playing half-court offense. They're full-court pressing, and then they're just sprinting back faster than the offensive player is, because the defenders are faster than the offensive players. That makes no sense whatsoever, and it is not mechanically true to basketball whatsoever. Please, can we get to a point where if a player is faster than the defender, they should be dusting them. They should be dusting them. That's why the fast break is broken in the game, and there is really no fast break. That's why players play out of body and try to press you all game. No team presses in the NBA, really. Not all game, because they die. No player, they die. Pressing all game. You die. Come on, please, you die. Nobody in the NBA is pressing all game. That's some high school stuff. Stop it. Players shouldn't be able to jump at a pump fake and then be able to get back into the play immediately after they land. That is crazy. It's crazy when you get a defender in the air and you can't capitalize on it because they have already recovered at lightning speed. This is something you rarely see in real basketball. You should not be able to do it in virtual basketball. That boy Vince Carter jumped in the air and tried to block Kobe after Kobe pump faked him, and he was flying in the air for 32 seconds. But he couldn't recover and get back to that jump shot. Kobe just watched him. He's like, brother, I'll wait till you land. Bloop. Come on, man. Stop all that. Hands up defense, get rid of that. Pack that up. Get that out of the game. Hands up defense should not be rewarding people with steals and them not pressing a button. You should have to press a button to get a steal. You should have to be skilled to do every single thing that there is in this game. You shouldn't just be getting bailed out because you got your hands up. This is already too many instances where animation-driven things in the game make it crazy. Putting your hands up and deflecting passes in the NBA is definitely a real thing, but you should have to have some skill to do it in the game. Speaking of passing, let's make the NBA players pass like NBA players. What the heck is going on with the passing? Like you're throwing the ball off somebody's face, an NBA player. You can throw a regular overhand pass, but you're going to throw it to the side so you can throw it off their body. I understand you have to have turnovers in the game, and turnovers is a part of basketball, but you have to find a more realistic way of making those turnovers happen. Come on, brother. Stop it. We should be able to choose each passing animation that we want for our player. And I don't mean like we choose sidearm pass or the Jokic or whatever. No, we should be able to choose every single pass that our player would make. Like a bounce pass, the type. The overhand pass, the type. The side passes that we don't want, we should be able to take them shits out. We should be able to do that. But more getting to that right now with my most important point of this bull that we call 2K. NBA 2K, I'm begging you. Can we please get away from all the packages and moves that you pigeonhole us into? Let's get to a point where we can put each move on singly for everything that we want to do in the game. For example, we should be able to have escape from Steve Francis and Kyrie Irving, different parts of the packages that they have. So the turbo to the right, turbo to the left, regular to the right, regular to the left can be part of any package in the game. This will make point guards completely different. This will make when guys do their videos matter. Because then if you really copying somebody, it's going to show like you copying somebody. Because you're going to have all the little things, little nooks and crannies to their move sets that they have in there. And they should all be done singly now. We're in next gen. This will allow all the dribblers to be different. This will allow for variety and everything. We should have the capability as players to customize our players as we see fit. We're paying $100 a player. We're paying $100 a player. And we can't put what we want on our players? And y'all got all these moves in these games talking about, oh, we got 3 billion animations, but we can only use 7. Come on, 2K, man. Y'all are tripping with that. Y'all are tripping with that. We should be able to put whatever we want on our player. Just like dribbling, we should be able to customize our dunk packages to the T. We should be able to do whatever we want to do with our dunk packages. We shouldn't be pigeonholed to the trash that y'all put in some of these dunk packages to even them out so that they not OD. We should be able to put whatever we want on them. We paying $100 a player. We're paying $100 a player. What are y'all talking about? Let's treat this game like it is next gen and let us do what we want with our players. I don't think we asking for too much. Rebounding should be more about positioning than height. Yeah, height should play a part in it, but Sabonis led the league in rebounds this year. He is 6'10". Jason Tatum was 5th in the rebound in the playoffs. He is 6'9". Cat was 4th in rebounding. He is 6'10". Just because you are 7 feet plus does not mean you should be getting rebounds over people. Positioning should matter. Easier said than done in the video, in the video game. But I don't think it's impossible. Also, I have no solution for this, so you on your own. I don't know how to fix that. I really don't. And for my last point, the input lag, 2K. It's crazy. Give us control over our players. There's no way we should be lagging all over the place. There's no way we should be putting in an animation and then, oh my God, we don't have none. Let me pause this for this. There's no way possible that we should be putting in an input or saying we want to go right and then being able to take a drink of our favorite beverage and then we go right. There is no way that should be happening in the next gen video game. This is the only game I play where the input lag is on crack. Fix that. We give y'all $1 billion every year damn near. Fix the input lag. Fix the servers. Fix all of that. Bruh, we literally give y'all $1 billion industry, $1 billion company from 2K alone. And we got input lag, bruh. What are y'all doing? Mike Wang, I know you having a field day and all this other stuff creating the game, but please take this stuff into account, brother. I'm trying to help you. I want to see the product go far as it can possibly go. Old people rant over.